In the United States, from 2016 to 2022, mass shootings have increased significantly. We're looking at the amount of people killed in a mass shooting as the red line. It's the very top one. Next is the number injured, which is the orange here. And below that is the amount of actual mass shootings. This is the forecast of the amount of people that could be injured. And the amount of people killed, it's a max and a minimum. So the maximum is nearly 100 repeated. Below that is minimum of 20 per month. And you can see the incidence. We have a potential of almost 140 in July. That is a lot. When doing the research here, what really caught my eye was this particular one. Because that's for United States, the world record, really, for a mass shooting is Vegas, and that's the peak. So in order to figure out what the outlier was, I generated a scatter plot. Each dot represents a day in the United States in the past. And I'm highlighting one right now. This is October 1st, 2017. For a lot of you, you might remember this one. This is Vegas, when one shooter shot down on an event that was happening in Vegas. And what I did not know, that media did not cover all the mass shootings that happened in that day, and that 5 other people were shot that day in Kansas. Now, I did know that once I put that here in Tableau, and I could see the amount of mass shootings was 2. And let's actually zoom in on that. And the point I'm making here is media and you and I, we cannot keep up with all of this. And on the same day of the biggest shooting that had ever happened in the United States, there was another shooting in Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas. Also, I generated kind of a KPI chart, if you will, very simple one, just a percent change between the years. And I wanted to see what it looked like. Are things getting worse or better? And the final view here before we sum it up is the change from 2016 to 2022. 68.93% change. That is a significant increase. And we'll summarize everything here. In the United States, there was almost 3,500 mass shootings from 2016 to 2022. The amount of people killed, almost the same amount of shootings. There's 1.056 people killed per mass shooting. And the maximum was 59. And we learned that from the peak in the first view, which is this here. 14,000, that's an incredible amount of people to be shot by guns in a single country. And the maximum being 441. And again, that's the Vegas event. And one thing that I noticed when trying to get all this data together, the most complicated part was just putting all the years together. And I'm not sure why that would be very difficult. If we want to make this easier for people to look at and study, then we need to come together as a community and try to talk a little bit more about it. And I know this isn't the trend. I'm not talking about layoffs. There should be no gatekeeping for this type of information. So I'll make this readily available and do what I can to update this more in the future.